Barcelona, September 2000. You are standing at the edge of a training pitch, watching a boy who barely reaches your shoulder. He is 13 years old. He is smaller than every other kid on the grass, and in less than 5 minutes, he makes you forget he is a child at all. The ball arrives at his feet, and the world seems to slow down. He drifts past one defender, then another, then a third. Nobody can get near him. You have scouted players your entire life, and you have never seen anything like this. But here's the strange part. The most important contract in football history, the one that started all of it, was not signed on a desk. It was not signed in an office. It was signed on a paper napkin. And the man holding the pen was terrified the whole thing was about to collapse. This is the story of how a scrap of tissue changed the sport forever. Let's go back. The man watching that trial was Carles Rexach, Barcelona's sporting director, the person whose entire job was to decide who the club signed. Within minutes, his mind was made up. "We have to sign him," he told his coaches. The problem was that almost nobody above him agreed, because on paper, this made no sense at all. The boy was 13. He had a growth hormone deficiency, and the treatment cost hundreds of dollars every single month. He lived on another continent, and the board of one of the biggest clubs on earth was being asked to bet real money on a child who might never grow past 5 feet. So they hesitated. Weeks passed, then months, and on the other side of that silence sat a father who was quietly running out of patience. His name was Jorge Messi, Lionel's father, the man who had uprooted his whole family and flown across the world on a promise. By December, that promise looked empty. Real Madrid had started sniffing around. So had Atletico. So Jorge picked up the phone and delivered a simple message. "Sort this out, or we are going home to Argentina." Now put yourself in Rexach's shoes. You know, this is the best young player you will ever see in your life. And you are about to lose him because a committee can't make up its mind. So you arrange a lunch. December the 14th, at the Pompeia Tennis Club, with the 2 agents who first brought the boy to you. And this is where it gets ridiculous. You are trying to save the signing of the century, so you reach for a document to make it official. And there is nothing. No contract, no letterhead, no paper at all. So you turn to the waiter, and you ask the one question that can still save the deal. "Do you have a napkin?" He did. A plain white napkin, 16.5 centimeters across, and on it, in blue ballpoint ink, Rexach wrote the words that would echo through football for the next 25 years. That Barcelona, quote, under his responsibility and regardless of any dissenting opinions, agreed to sign the player Lionel Messi. He signed it. Then the 2 agents signed it too. Josep Minguella, the club's transfer advisor, and Horacio Gaggioli, the agent who first spotted the boy in Argentina. A napkin. 3 grown men, in the business of multi-million-dollar football, sealing the future of the entire sport on the kind of thing you use to wipe your hands. It should not have worked. It worked. That very night, Barcelona's president, Joan Gaspart, confirmed the agreement on something slightly more substantial than tissue paper. But the resistance did not vanish quietly. When Messi's first proper contract finally reached the board, one furious director, angry that nobody had consulted him, reportedly tore the thing to pieces on the spot. The greatest signing in the club's history nearly ended in a pile of ripped paper. It survived anyway. And what did that napkin actually buy? 672 goals for Barcelona, 778 games, 10 league titles, 4 Champions Leagues, 8 Ballon d'Ors, the award for the best player alive, 3 more than anyone else in the entire history of the game. And in 2022, in Qatar, the one prize that had always slipped through his fingers, the World Cup. All of it, every trophy, every impossible goal, traces back to a lunch, a nervous director, and a waiter who happened to be carrying napkins. Here is where it becomes almost absurd. In May of 2024, that very same napkin went up for auction. A square of tissue paper, laminated behind glass. It sold for around £760,000, nearly $1 million for a napkin. The person who bought it did not buy paper. They bought the single most valuable serviette on planet Earth. And Messi? He never stopped. Today, at 38, he plays in the United States for Inter Miami, still wearing number 10, still curling free kicks into the top corner. In March of 2026, he scored the 900th goal of his career. And this summer, he is back at the World Cup, captain of Argentina, chasing the trophy one more time. So think back to that training pitch in Barcelona. A boy too small for his own age group, watched by a man who had 5 minutes to change football forever. The desk could not do it. The boardroom could not do it. In the end, it took a napkin. Would you have signed it? If a 13-year-old with a hormone deficiency was placed in front of you, and the only paper in the room was something off a lunch table, would you have bet the future of your club on it? Because one man did. And somewhere out there, right now, the next Messi might already be on a pitch, waiting for a stranger with a pen to believe in him.